why don't we start
Well,
getting into
hopefully he's listening live. If not, he can listen on anothermoneyshow.com.
or go to our websites? Can't you get all our past episodes on our websites, either our office or our Another Money Show?
Yeah, literally
And
what I just said. Come on.
Okay. I don't listen to you, Anthony. Come on. You're
I
young. I
know
don't listen to young people.
I didn't listen to anything you just said for the last 45 minutes. Are we
That
getting
is
into the
smart.
good stuff now?
It even bored me, so I get it. Yes.
Oh,
It's
so
time
it's
to
like
get into
when
the
I'm
good stuff.
talking. Yeah, perfect.
Well, it's funny because usually I don't bore myself, but that one did. I don't know. And I can't wait till next Friday because I'm really hoping I get to see him again and we get to talk about what he heard on the show and what he thought. Okay, articles. So I mentioned we had a couple in the office yesterday and we talked a little bit about seminars. We talked about the world. We talked about everything. We talked about precious metals and all kinds of stuff. They gave us a new term to research. So I got to do this yesterday. I love it when people bring stuff to me that I'm not familiar with. In the same couple brought another term to me last week or the week before, the transactional gold. Looked into the state of Texas. Transactional gold is a new thing for me. We've brought up gold backs, but I had not heard of transactional gold. So anyway, these people yesterday brought up another term for me to look up. It's allodial title. And if you've never heard of the term allodial title, I don't think you're alone. I pride myself on being pretty well read and I'm out there looking for new stuff all the time. And this is a new one. It is spelled ALLODIAL, allodial title. It's been out for thousands of years. And yet I just learned about it on the 28th of May, 2024. So let me read you the Wikipedia definition. Then I'm going to go into an article on it, a hair, and then we'll move on because I think it's a non-issue when I get to the end of this, but I do want to bring it up because it's new. So to me, allodial title constitutes ownership of real property, being land, buildings, and fixtures, that is independent of any superior landlord. Allodial title is related to the concept of land held in allodium, or land ownership by occupancy and defense of the land. Most property ownership in common law jurisdictions is fee simple. In the United States, the land is subject to eminent domain by federal, state, and local government, and subject to the imposition of taxes by state and or local governments, and there is thus no true allodial land. So what you probably glean from that is this allodial title is basically saying what anybody that's ever paid off their home would want. Anybody that has a reverse mortgage, one of the things they scream to you is, you do a reverse mortgage usually because you're out of other options. That's the only way it ever seems to really work itself out properly. And they tell you, you have to, you must, it's mandatory that you pay your homeowner's insurance and you pay your taxes every year. If you don't, they can call that mortgage and they can boot you from the house that you're supposed to live in until you die. So when you pay off a house, if you're in Sun City, you had a 30-year mortgage or a 15-year mortgage and you paid it off, you still never own it. Try going 2 or 3 years without paying your taxes and let me know how it goes for you. So this allodial title is saying you should. Once you pay off your house, once there's no encumbrances, you should own it. So the article or whatever, it's actually from U.S. Patriot Title. It is called The Ultimate Guide to Allodial Title. The Ultimate Guide, it says here, allodial title is a distinctive concept for ownership. I'm going to fast forward a little bit to the highlights because I already just read what it is. Boy, I highlighted most of this.
Why don't you put it in like plain English for people?
Well, I'm not good at that. You know that, Anthony. So let me, I guess I already have. It basically means that you can request the government to let you have your home free and clear. So I will give you the steps you have to take to get this and then see what you think about that. Historical records are crucial for allodial title ownership. Establishing a transparent chain of ownership is essential, underscoring the significance of delving into historical records, land patents, and deeds. Tracing a precise lineage of ownership ensures the legitimacy and continuity of allodial title. This is great. Understand the importance of historical records, solidifies allodial title's credibility, and safeguards against potential disputes. So if I bought a house last year in Sun City that was built in the 70s, in order to get an allodial title, the first thing I have to do is trace from brand new build to my ownership. I have to make sure there's never been a lapse in paying taxes. There's never been any other encumbrances on this physical property. So you have to make sure it's clean. The next thing you have to, you have to obtain land permits from BLM. BLM is the Bureau of Land Management, which, as far as I understood from Randy Miller days, is an unconstitutional authority, but here nor there. So you have to get permission from the BLM. Think about that for a second. So the allodial title really piques my interest because my home in Sun City is paid off. I have it paid for, and yet I have to keep paying for my property taxes. So I will never own it. So two things here. One, what if I get dementia? What if I get Alzheimer's? What if I get sick and I miss my property taxes and nobody's here to watch them? I mean, what happens? They can take my house. Well, yeah. So I want a allodial title. But I have to first make sure it's all been free and clear. The second thing, I have to go to the government, BLM, and get them to give me this land patent. Are they going to do it? Well, no. Says here, land patents secure a land patent, a government-issued document conveying absolute title ownership from the sovereign entity to the individual, reinforcing the allodial title. So with my friends that came in the office yesterday, I guess there's no reason for me to look further into this. You asked about it. Is it something that could ever, come to fruition? I don't think so, because the government is broke. They're getting broker. They need their tax revenue. And I'm talking about cities, states, municipalities, federal, private pensions. Everybody's broke. So why would they ever let me stop paying property taxes? They won't. The other thing, nobody knows about this. If you had, and luckily, the people that listen to Another Money Show now do, if you started a grassroots, organization to start bringing awareness to this, maybe over the next 20 years, it'll change. I'm going to have to leave this to you, Anthony and Jim, because I don't have time. But bottom line, what scares me the most is the government will not let this happen. I've had people over the years that say, why should I pay taxes? It's unconstitutional. Well, I agree. It's unconstitutional. Don't pay taxes. But how many years until you're in federal prison? You are right, but you're going to be right in prison. It's like people right now, I'm going to do another political dig real quick. You kind of are forced into voting for Trump or Biden. If you vote for anybody else, it's not going to count. I'm sorry. I want it to. I want things to be right in this country, but right now they're not.